This is the 2025 GMC Yukon AT4 Ultimate, and it's the most luxurious, full-size off-roading SUV available. It's more rugged than a standard AT4 and as luxurious as a Denali Ultimate. In this video, I'm going to share with you everything that's new with the 2025 Yukons, explain the difference between the AT4 and the AT4 Ultimate, all the standard features on the AT4 Ultimate, and then I'll share some important safety features at the end. So besides the new look inside and out, what's new to the Yukon is an available Duramax engine across every trim level, as well as Super Cruise across every trim level. You're also going to get a new suite of safety features and something called OnStar Essentials. Those last two we're going to talk about later in the video. So AT4 and AT4 Ultimate are going to share a similar look. They're also going to have this skid plate underneath. Both trims are also going to have the AT4 badging, heavy-duty air filter, 2-speed transfer case, and the magnetic air ride control. Now, let's talk about the differences. The AT4 Ultimate is going to come standard with a 6.2-liter V8 engine with the 10-speed automatic transmission. The AT4, on the other hand, will have the 5.3-liter V8. And the AT4 Ultimate will come standard with the Max trailering package. And this is going to give you items like blind zone steering assist, hitch view, and the extra capacity cooling system, among other things. And it will also come with what's called the active four-wheel drive response system. So this not only gives you the adaptive air ride suspension, which allows you to raise and lower your Yukon at will, and then also includes the electronic limited slip differential, which essentially means that your Yukon can apply more torque to any of these individual wheels should they need it. Now, at first glance, there aren't a lot of visual cues to tell you that this is an AT4 Ultimate Yukon. But if you look closely, you can see them a little bit better. So like the Denali Ultimate, you're not gonna get the Ultimate underneath the AT4 logo here, but you can see this sort of bronze color on the AT4 chrome. And you'll see this chrome on the grille, on the side engine badge here, and this strip on the back tailgate here. But the easiest way to tell if you have an AT4 Ultimate is by opening the door, because then the power running boards will operate. And that is a standard feature on the AT4 Ultimate, not on the AT4. Now, another big visual cue that you have in AT4 Ultimate is the AT4 Ultimate specific interior. AT4s are going to have black seats with the Kalahari accents throughout. This one is going to have full grain leather seats throughout all three rows, as well as these red stitching accents on the seats themselves, these AT4 Ultimate badges on the front and passenger seat, as well as the middle console, and the Bose speaker system in the passenger and driver headrests. And these are a part of the 18-speaker Bose upgraded system that you get with the AT4 Ultimate and the Denali Ultimate. And let's not forget, both the front passenger and the driver have massaging seats. Now, if you ever see a bar like this light up on the steering wheel, that's going to tell you that this vehicle has Super Cruise with it. And as a reminder, Super Cruise is not a fully autonomous self-driving feature. This is a driver assist feature. So once it's on, it'll allow you to take your hands off the steering wheel, which will allow you to relax. And while you still have to pay attention to the road, it'll just make long road trips, long commutes, especially if you're taking the highway. It'll make those trips a lot more convenient. So every Yukon will have the bigger driver information screen, the bigger portrait standing infotainment screen, but only the AT4 Ultimate will have these two screens, the rear camera mirror, and the heads-up display standard. And let's not forget about the wireless charging pad, and everybody's favorite, the remote control middle console. And once that's pushed back, you'll have a little drawer down here, some extra space, and the second row passengers will have some cup holders closer to them. And let's not forget the panoramic sunroof and the sport pedal kit. And as the second row passenger, I have access to the rear seat media screens, which also come standard. So I can watch YouTube, Hulu. I can also plug in my HDMI if I want to play Xbox or hook up my Amazon Fire Stick. And new for the AT4 Ultimate and Denali Ultimate is the 8-inch touchscreen that allows you to control your heating and cooling, heated seats, and will give you access to your charging ports and a 3-prong outlet. Now, if you have kids that are still in car seats and they're not forward facing yet, you can easily hook up your car seat to these hooks in the second row, as well as create more space between the car seat and the seat in front of it. Even though it's not the Yukon XL, the Yukon is going to give you adequate space for those daily trips to and from the grocery store, hardware store, and then to and from the airport. However, if you need more room, you can just click these two buttons right here, and your third row folds down. Now let's say you want to create more space. Then you can easily just hold this button down. And then if you come back and press it again, it'll fold up. Now that button only allows you to fold the second row seats. You'll still need to put them back manually, but that's pretty simple. I'm just going to lightly push down, wait till it clicks, bring this back up, boom. Now in the past, one of the biggest knocks against a third row SUV is that the legroom and headspace was never adequate. It was great for your smaller passengers like your kids, your preteens, but once you had bigger kids who were in high school or maybe even adults, the space was really lacking. But that hasn't been the case for the last two versions of the Yukon, including the current version. So still have plenty of space in between the second row ahead of me. And I'm 6'1", pretty hefty build, but still enough room around me. So like I said earlier in the video, every Yukon is going to have more standard safety features as well as something that's called OnStar Essentials. So let's talk about the safety features first. The full list is to my side here, but some of these include important features like the front pedestrian and bicyclist braking. That's a big one. Intersection automatic emergency braking, that's a huge one. And one of my personal favorites that I'm impressed by is the side bicyclist alert. Now with every Yukon, you're gonna get a included 8-year subscription of OnStar Essentials. That means for 8 years, OnStar is gonna give you the automatic crash response, which means that, God forbid, you're in an accident, whether you're responsive or not, OnStar is going to put you in touch with first responders and get you the care that you need. You're also going to get voice commands on the My GMC app. So when you open up the app, you can give a voice command to lock, unlock, or even start your car. And lastly, it's going to give you voice assist with your navigation system that comes with the Yukon. Now, if you still have a question about the Yukon AT4 Ultimate that I didn't get to in this video, you can ask them down in the comments below. And if you're curious about the Denali Ultimate or the Denali trim levels of the Yukon, you can watch those videos right here. Thanks for watching.